Woohoo, you found it. The house in Bryant Benton or West Little Rock that finally feels right. And now you have about 3 to 4 hours to decide what to put in writing. And most buyers get this part wrong because they think winning an offer in Central Arkansas in 2026, and it usually isn't. This is the part 4 of the home buying journey, and today we're going to write your offer. So, quick recap of where we are. Part 1, you got fully pre-approved. Part 2, you picked up your realtor and set up a smart search. Part 3, you toured homes and learned to spot the red flags. And today, it's time to write the offer. So, here's the mindset shift that I want you to make. An offer is not one number. It is a package of about 6 to 7 decisions, and the seller's weighing all of those at one time. And price typically is the loudest one, but not the only one. So decision 1, the price itself. In this market, the right offer price depends almost entirely on days on market. A house that just listed Friday and is priced correctly, you're either at the asking price or 99% of it, because those still move fast here. A home that's been sitting for 60 plus days, you may have some room. And I'd argue an obligation to yourself to come in under that list price. Your agent should be pulling the last probably 30 days of closed comps, not active listings, but what sold, before you pick a number. Active listings tell you what sellers hope for, and closed sales tell you what people actually paid for the property. So decision 2, earnest money. This is the check that says you're serious. In Central Arkansas, 1% is fairly typical, around $3,000 on a $300,000 home. Going a little above typical is one of the cheapest way to look really strong on paper, and you're going to get that credit back at closing anyway. It's going to be applied to your cost. Decision 3, the closing date. This one's free and buyers ignore it constantly. Ask through your agent what the seller actually needs. If they've already bought a house and they close August 15th, matching their date can be worth more to them than $3,000, $5,000, even $7,000. If they need to stay a week or so after closing, offering that costs you, again, little to nothing, and can absolutely win you the house. Decision 4, the inspection. Do not waive your inspection rights. I know you've heard stories from 2021 and that era is gone. With inventory where it is, you do not have to gamble on a house's foundation to compete. What you can do instead is shorten that window, offer a 7-day period instead of 10, tell the seller you'll only come back on genuinely significant items, not a list of like loose doorknobs. That's a real concession that doesn't cost you or your protection. This is part 4 of a step-by-step series on buying a home right here in Central Arkansas. Part 5 is the inspection and appraisal process, the part that trips up the most deals. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so it shows up for you when it drops. Decision 5 is your financing letter, not a pre-qualification, a full approval, ideally from a lender the listing agent has actually heard of and knows. I'll be honest, a local Central Arkansas lender who answers their phone on a Saturday carries real weight with listing agents because they've seen the out-of-state online big name lenders never make a closing date. That letter is part of your offer whether you think that way or not. Decision 6, what you ask the seller to pay. So here's where 2026 is genuinely different. Asking for some seller paid closing costs or rate buy down is becoming more and more normal, especially on a home that's been on the market for a little bit. And run the math. On a $300,000 purchase, having the seller put money toward buying your rate down usually beats a same size price reduction, sometimes by a lot for you, because it hits your payment every single month for all of the years of the loan. One last thing, the escalation clause. If you're up against multiple offers, which still happens on the good ones, this lets you say, I'll pay $1,000 over any verified higher offer, up to a cap. It can be a useful tool. It's not a magic trick, and it's not right for every transaction. It's something you really have to talk through and understand with your agent before you ever think about using it. A winning offer here in Central Arkansas is a clean offer from a buyer who is clearly ready, solid pre-approval, real earnest or deposit money, a date that helps the seller, and no unnecessary drama. That's the whole point of the formula, and it costs so much less than overpaying. If you're getting close to writing one and you want a second set of eyes on your strategy before you sign, just reach out to your agent, talk to them. If you're not being represented, of course, reach out to me anytime. Call or text 501-804-9942. Part 5 is coming and you don't want to miss it. So make sure that you hit that subscribe and like button. We'll see you next time with the last part in the series.